The moment I saw him cowering in that cold shelter corner, something inside me broke. His muscular frame was trembling, not from strength, but from fear. Every time someone walked past his cage, he would flinch, preparing himself for another blow that had become far too familiar in his short life. This wasn't just a scared dog. This was a soul that had been shattered by the very people who were supposed to protect him. But what happened next changed everything I thought I knew about second chances. When I opened that cage door, he didn't run to me. He didn't wag his tail. He just stared with those deep, haunted eyes, trying to figure out if I was going to be another person who would hurt him. And in that moment, I made him a promise that his past would never define his future. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed yet, I need you to understand something. This channel exists because stories like his deserve to be heard. These are the souls that society overlooks, the dogs that people cross the street to avoid, the hearts that beat with more love than most humans will ever know. By subscribing, you're not just clicking a button. You're becoming part of a movement that sees beyond the surface. You're saying that every life matters, regardless of how it looks from the outside. So please, if you believe in second chances, if you believe in love over judgment, hit that subscribe button, because what comes next in his story will remind you why compassion is the most powerful force on earth. Now, let me tell you about Cairo. The ride home was silent. He sat in the back seat, rigid, like a statue carved from pain and distrust. I kept glancing in the rearview mirror, watching him, wondering what horrors played behind those eyes. The shelter had told me his history, fragments of abuse, starvation, isolation. But nothing could have prepared me for what I saw when we arrived home. I opened the car door and he hesitated. His paws touched the driveway and he looked up at the house, this place that was now his. And then something extraordinary happened. His tail, which had been tucked between his legs for the entire journey, began to move. Slowly at first, then faster, until it was creating its own little tornado of joy. His body, so tense moments before, started to wiggle, and then he danced. Yes, you read that right. This traumatized, abused Pitbull, who had every reason to never trust again, danced on my driveway like he had just won the lottery. He spun in circles, his paws barely touching the ground, his whole being radiating pure, unfiltered happiness. Tears streamed down my face as I watched this transformation happen in real time. This was a dog who had been given nothing but pain, now experiencing what it felt like to be wanted. We walked inside and his eyes went wide. I showed him his food bowl, always full, always there for him. I showed him his water bowl, fresh and clean. I showed him his bed, soft and warm. And with each discovery, his tail wagged harder, his body relaxed more, and the scared, broken dog I had picked up from the shelter began to fade away, replaced by someone new, someone hopeful. But the real magic happened over the following weeks. Cairo began to understand that hands were meant for petting, not hitting, that voices could be gentle, not cruel, that home wasn't a place of fear, but a sanctuary of love. He started following me everywhere, his shadow, his protector, his best friend. When I sat on the couch, he would carefully position himself next to me, his massive head resting on my lap, those intense eyes looking up at me with an expression that said, "Thank you for seeing me." People would see us during walks and cross to the other side of the street. They would clutch their children tighter, whisper warnings, judge him based on his breed, his appearance, his powerful build. What they didn't see was the way he would gently lick the tears off my face when I was sad, the way he would protect our kittens, watching over them like a gentle giant guarding precious treasures, the way he would throw the most dramatic tantrums when I couldn't take him to visit my grandparents, not out of aggression, but out of pure love and the fear of being left behind. Cairo taught me something profound. Strength and gentleness are not opposites, they are partners. His muscular frame, which society deemed threatening, was actually the vessel for one of the kindest hearts I've ever known. Those intense eyes that made strangers uncomfortable held more compassion than most people carry in their entire bodies. Now, 5 years later, Cairo is thriving. He's the big brother to his sisters, always patient, always protective. He's the nanny to our kittens, letting them climb all over him while he stays perfectly still so they don't fall. He's the comedian of our family, throwing tantrums when he doesn't get his way, making us laugh with his dramatic sighs and puppy dog eyes that could melt the coldest heart. But most importantly, he's proof that love can heal even the deepest wounds. That second chances aren't just about giving someone a new opportunity, they're about seeing the potential that everyone else missed. Cairo didn't just find a home with me, I found my purpose with him. Every time I look at him now, sprawled on the couch in his favorite sunny spot, completely relaxed and content, I think about that terrified dog in the shelter. I think about how close he came to never experiencing this life, and I'm reminded that beneath every tough exterior, behind every misunderstood reputation, there's a soul waiting to be seen. So here's what I want you to think about. How many Cairos are out there right now, waiting in shelters, being judged by their appearance rather than their hearts? How many second chances are we missing because we let fear and stereotypes guide our decisions instead of compassion and understanding?